So, guys, what we are going to be doing today is we are going to be going through all of the nominations in this year's Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And we are going to be filling up our votes for our favorites of this year in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Now, as you can see, this is going to be for the YouTube VODs, but for once, we are streaming live on Twitch and on YouTube as well. So, hey, say hi, YouTubers, for once. Say hi, YouTube gang. Just so I don't get in any trouble, this stream is actually sponsored by Crunchyroll. And not only that, but this stream, no, let me say that again. Not only that, but I'm happy to announce that I am going to be part of the presenting team for the Anime Awards pre-show this year, guys. I am actually going to be there live, being part of the presenting team. So you can see me. you can see me at the Anime Awards this year live in Japan, and that is going to be late May. So I'm going to be fully suited up, and they have actually invited me to be a part of the show this year because every year before it's been in Japan, and I am in Japan. I'm based normally in Japan, and this year I actually got invited. So right now they have just released all of their nominations, which we are going to be watching the live show where they announced everything. But voting is already up and running, and if you want to get your votes in, then what you need to do is click the link in the pin chat on either Twitch or YouTube, and you can cast your vote, and you can cast one vote every single day from today until let me just double check. Let me just double check. Fuck. I knew I should have kept my talking points up. Oh man, scuffed ad read. No. When is it up till? Come on, give me a time. Give me a date. Ah! Is it April 11th? Is it April 11th? Is it in my tweet? It's not in my tweet. God damn it. Okay. No. Oh my god. Just hold, guys. Hold for just a second. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Dominic. Thank you very much for saving my ass here. Voting is up from today, April 3rd, all the way through till April 14th, 2025. And you can vote every single day. But I have not seen the nominations that got announced today, so we are going to be starting by watching the official announcement stream that happened earlier today. And we're going to see what's nominated this year, and then we're going to vote on everything. All right. Again, guys, this is a new setup, so if anything's scuffed with the audio, please tell me. But let's have a look. Can you guys hear that okay?
welcome to the 2025 Crunchyroll Anime Awards nominee reveal stream. I'm Lauren Moore, here with Tim Liu, to officially kick off the start of voting with this year's incredible nominees.
That's right, Lauren. From now till April 14th, millions of anime fans around the world will have the power
We can hear you, Gone?
to
All right,
determine
brilliant,
the
brilliant.
winners by casting their vote daily.
Okay, let's turn off subtitles for this
that means
one.
You, right there, watching. And mark your calendars
We're
to
watching.
see them on anime's biggest night live in Tokyo on May 25th.
May
This year,
25th!
we're celebrating the very best in anime across 32 categories, including
I'll be there. I'm
some
gonna be there.
exciting new additions
I'm gonna be
that
there.
we can't
I know
wait
I'm
to
gonna
share
be
with
there.
you. From
'Cause
breathtaking
I'm
animation
contracted to be there.
unforgettable characters, this is your chance to honor the shows and moments that have shaped the world.
And remember, their victory is in your hands. Vote for what you love and let your voice decide who walks away with one of these.
First up, a brand new category celebrating the genre that turns starting over into the adventure of a lifetime. Here are your nominees for Best Isekai Anime.
All right, best isekai anime.
anime.
All right, what do we got?
Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, 3.
That was a very, very
Mushoku
enjoyable
Tensei,
season.
Jobless
Woo!
Reincarnation, Season 2, Core 2.
All right, all right.
ReZero,
Mushoku Tensei.
Starting Life in
Oh,
Another World,
oh, this is going to be
Shangri-La
tough.
Frontier,
This
Season
is
2.
going to be tough.
Suicide Squad Isekai. That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Okay,
Season
okay. This is like the heavy hitters of
What a
isekai,
lineup.
man.
Truck-kun
You
would be
you got
proud.
all of the
Next,
heavy
we're
hitters of
recognizing the
isekai in
first
one
round with
category.
Incredible voices that bring our favorite characters to life across the world. Here are the best voice artist performance nominees for Latin, Spanish, Italian, Hindi, German, and French.
Best
Okay,
voice artist
unfortunately, I'm not going to have an opinion
Latin
on
Spanish.
every one of these ones.
Alicia Velez, Momo, Dandadan, Desiree Gonzalez, Mau Mau, The Apothecary Diaries, Erika Ugalde, Frieren, Frieren Beyond Journey's End, Luis Leonardo Suarez, Muzan Kibutsuji, Demon Slayer Kimetsu
I can't remember
no Yaiba
how many
Hashira Training
dubs. I can't remember how many
Miguel
dubs I watched
Angel
last
Leal,
year.
Aaron Yeager, Attack on Titan, Final Season, The Final Chapters, Special 2. Omar Sanchez, Kafka Hibino,
Yo,
Kaiju
the real
number
question
8.
is, where's
Best
where's my
voice
where's my
artist
Thai
performance,
dubs, man?
Italian. Alessandro Pili,
Where are my Thai dub
Kenma
nominations? I
Kosume,
remember watching
Haikyuu,
Apothecary Diaries
The
Thai
Dumpster
dub with my
Battle,
mum, and
Andrea Oldani,
I'll be honest,
Jinshi,
they
The Apothecary
have
Diaries,
done a very, very good
Ilaria
job.
Pellicone,
They have done
Kyomoto,
a
Look Back,
far better job than
Katia
what I remember from my
Sorrentino,
childhood, man.
Nea Baraja, Overlord, The Sacred Kingdom, Martina Feli,
Move my camera, bro. My
Frieren.
camera's gonna be blocking
Frieren
no matter
Beyond
what, I
Journey's
think.
End, Mattia
Someone?
Bressan, Kafka Hibino,
My camera's gonna be
Kaiju
blocking
number
someone,
8.
so I'll keep it as is unless it's.
Best Voice Artist Performance, Hindi. Abhishek Sharma, Einar, Vinland Saga, Season 2.
Let me see if
Lohit
I
Sharma,
can not
Satoru Gojo,
block.
Jujutsu Kaisen,
Okay, let me see.
Season 2. Natasha John, Frieren, Frieren
better.
Beyond
Maybe
Journey's
that's
End.
better. Okay.
Rajesh Shukra, Songjinu, Solo Leveling. Ranjit
How's
Artiwari,
that?
Yoichi
Unfortunately, the
Sagi,
chat's blocking a
Blue
little
Lock,
bit.
Second season. Rishikesh Punse, Kafka Hibino, Kaiju number 8.
Best Voice Artist Performance,
Chat blocking
German,
it. God, chat.
Daniel
Why
Schlauch,
you gotta do this?
Monkey D. Luffy, One
love that.
Piece, Felix Kamin, Kafka Hibino, Kaiju number 8.
My eyes. I'm looking at the chat
Florian
right now and I'm like, damn.
Ranma Sautame, Ranma 1/2, Francisca Fride, Momo, Dandadan,
I'm like, that looks so ugly to
Lord
me. Chat and
Hangster,
me are completely separated
Kogoro
now.
Mori,
Chat's all the way
Detective
over
Conan,
there.
Black
You're all the
Iron
way over
Submarine,
there, man.
Magdalena
Come
Hoffman,
back.
Marcel
Come back.
Donato, Delicious in Dungeon. Best Voice Artist Performance, French. Adrien Antoine, Kafka Hibino, Kaiju number 8. Audrey Sable, Naomi Ortman,
Come
Metallic
back.
Rouge,
I miss you. I miss you.
Genelia Quadu, Momo,
Long distance chat.
Juliana Alouf,
Long distance relationships be like.
Jinshi, The Apothecary Diaries, Marie Nomen Macher, Frieren, Frieren Beyond Journey's End, Martin Fallu, Ranma
French
Saint-Tome,
fake language.
Ranma One Half.
So many captivating performances. And we have even more voice artist categories coming up. But first,
All right.
it's time for Best Score, the music that breathes life into every scene. Here are the nominees.
Yo! Where's my boy Kevin?
Best Score. Bleach.
I'm hoping my boy got a nomination, man. Yes, I am biased in this one thing, but this
Demon Slayer,
is
Kimetsu no
very,
Yaiba,
very stacked
Ashura
this year in
Training
terms of like
Yuki
nominations.
Kajiura, Go Shina. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End.
Oh shit,
Evan
so
Call.
many good ones.
Look Back. Haruka
Oh, we're
Nakamura,
doing film scores as well.
Solo Level.
Fuck.
Hiroyuki Sawano.
Oh,
We just looked
Kevin
at the
didn't get a
music that becomes
nomination.
the heartbeat of our favorite anime.
Oh,
and this next
man.
category highlights the tracks that really take over your playlist. Here are the nominees for Best Anime Song.
Best Anime Song.
Oh, Kevin didn't get the nomination, man. Oh shit, are we back? Are we back? Oh. YouTube working just fine. This is weird. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with Twitch right now, but let me go back.
Here
Let me go
are the
back.
nominees.
Best Anime Song.
Twitch side.
Abyss.
Twitch side you can reset.
Youngblood.
You can
Kaiju
refresh if
number
you want.
8. Bling Bang Bang Born.
Oops.
Creepy Nuts. Mashal.
Anime
Ina.
Yeah.
Look Back.
I mean, these are
Nakamura.
these are all
Solo
bloody
Leveling.
great nominations.
Hiroyuki Sawano.
As Kevin's mate,
We just
I'm-
looked
I'm-
at the music that becomes the
I'm
heartbeat of our
disappointed
favorite anime.
that
This next
my boy
category
didn't at
highlights
least
the
get a
tracks that
nomination,
really
man.
Take over your playlist. Here are the nominees for Best Anime Song.
Best Anime Song.
Okay.
Abyss. Youngblood. Kaiju number 8. Bling Bang Bang Born. Creepy Nuts.
Is this going to be the
Mashal,
creepy
Magic and
nuts?
Muscles, the Divine
This is going to be the
Visionary
creepy nuts
Candidate
category,
Exam
isn't
Mark.
it?
Fatal. Gemin. Oshinoko Season 2.
I mean, creepy nuts
Level.
absolutely
Sawano Hiroyuki.
dominated
Newsy.
last year.
Tomorrow
I think the
Light
year before
Together.
that, it was definitely
Solo
Yoasobi.
Leveling. Otonoke.
Yep, there we
Creepy
go.
Nuts.
There we go.
Dandadan. The Brave. Yoasobi. Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
There we go.
Continuing with the sounds of anime, we're rounding out our final voice artist categories. Here are the nominees for Best Voice Artist Performance in Castilian Spanish, Brazilian Portuguese, Arabic, English, and Japanese.
Oh, damn, they're doing every single language
Best
for
Voice
this.
Artist Performance, Castilian Spanish.
I feel like
I
Creepy
know
Nuts is going
Neo
to
Saimori.
sweep
My
the.
Happy Marriage. Clara
I feel like Creepy Nuts
Schwarze,
is going to definitely
Akane
sweep the
Tendo,
Anime Song Awards.
Ranma One Half. Jorge Peña.
Chat, is this live
Senshi,
now from Crunchyroll? No,
Delicious in
this
Dungeon.
this one,
Mario Bayart.
this
Kafka
stream
Ribino.
got
Kaiju number
this is a VOD of the stream.
Masumi Mutsuda. Song Jinu. Solo Leveling.
This,
Sandra Villa.
I believe the
Frieren.
nominations got
Frieren
announced
Beyond
like
Journey's End.
9-10 hours ago.
Best Voice Artist Performance, Brazilian Portuguese. Bruna Lanes. Marcel Donato. Delicious in Dungeon. Celso Henrique. Sunraku. Shangri-La Frontier Season 1. Charles Emmanuel.
No, this is pre-recorded.
Solo
This
Leveling.
entire stream is pre-recorded.
Gigi
You
Pasha.
chat will never know.
Mau Mau. The Apothecary Diaries.
Chat will never know. Never
Heitor
ever know.
Asali. Reno Ichikawa. Kaiju number 8. Pedro Acevedo. Dot Barrett. Mashal, Magic and Muscles, the Divine
12 hours
Visionary
ago? Oh,
Candidate
okay, okay.
Exam Arc.
I see. I
Best
see.
Voice Artist Performance, Arabic. Basil Al Rifaye, Lloyd Forger, Spy Family, Season 2. Hiva Snowbar, Anya Forger.
Anyone watching this now?
Spy
Did
Family,
you
Season
watch
2.
any of your? Did you watch
Julian
any of
Shaya,
these
Isagi.
shows
Bullock,
in your
second
local dubs?
season. Lama Al Sayaf,
I know
Marcel
we've
Donato,
got a
Delicious in
lot
Dungeon.
of.
Mohammed Sami, Rin. Blue
I'm not.
Lock
I know I've got
second
a
season.
few Indian
Nawar
members in my audience.
Al-Mahiri,
Nope. Nope.
Laios Toden, Delicious in Dungeon. Best voice artist performance, English.
Latin America Spanish.
AJ
I'm always curious because
Okarun,
I always have
Dandadan.
my favorite dub
Alex
performances
Lee,
in
Song
English.
Jin-woo,
I was wondering if there was
Solo
like, you know, something like Bakano or something, or
Jesse
Cowboy
James
Bebop, where
Greeley,
everyone agrees that,
Armin
hey,
Arlert,
actually the
Attack
English
on
dub
Titan final
is,
season, the final
in our
chapters,
opinion, better
special
than the
two.
original Japanese dub. I
Mallory
was like
Rodak,
wondering
Frieren. Frieren
for
Beyond
your guys'
Journey's
local
End.
language, is there any dubs that are like the
Sarah
equivalent to
Natacheni,
that, where you're like, damn, this is
Alia.
actually better
Alia
in this
sometimes
language
hides her
than
feelings
Japanese?
In Russian. Sungwon Cho, Senshi.
Oh
Delicious
shit!
in Dungeon.
Let's go!
Best voice artist performance.
All right, this one.
Japanese.
This one I'll be more knowledgeable about.
Aoi Yuki, Mao Mao, The Apothecary Diary.
Mao Mao, my girl!
Atsumi Tanizaki.
Oh
Frieren.
man, oh man, these are all
Frieren
the
Beyond
heavyweights.
Journey's End.
Okay, okay.
Kenichi Suzumura, Braver.
Oh no way!
Brave Bang
Braven got a
Braven.
nomination! Ain't
Shion
no
Wakayama.
way!
Momo.
No way! Bang!
Sayaka
Brave Bang
Senbonji.
Braven got a
Marcel
nomination.
Donato, Delicious in
Yo!
Dungeon.
Biggest,
Natsuki Hanae, Okarun.
biggest plot
Dandadan.
twist, man. I don't think it's winning. I'll be honest. I don't think
Next
Braven's
up,
gonna
the
win
category
anything
that makes us go
this
full
year,
on
but
Guardian mode for
I'm happy
characters
it's got the
that have captured our
nomination.
hearts. Here are the nominees for Must Protect at All Costs character.
Must protect at all costs character.
Okay, who we got? Who we
Anya
got?
Forger.
Of course,
Spy
Anya.
Family, Season 2.
Anya, the
Frieren.
dominator of this
Frieren
category.
Beyond Journey's End.
Frieren?
Okarun. Dandadan.
I guess so. Frieren.
Senshi, Delicious in Dungeon.
Frieren.
Toki
Frieren,
Kikojo, The Elusive
I'm not sure if she
Samurai.
needs protecting, but
Yuki
she needs.
Itose, a sign of
She
affection.
definitely needs to.
We just saw the
she
characters
definitely
we'd
needs
go to
mothering.
battle for. Now, these next ones may not be in the spotlight, but they steal it in every scene they're in. Here are the nominees for
I'm pretty
Best
sure,
Supporting
in terms of
Character.
protecting, other characters
Best
need protecting from
supporting
Frieren.
Fern, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Himmel, Frieren,
Okay.
Beyond Journey's
Oh
End.
man. Oh man.
Jinshi,
Oh
The
man.
Apothecary
Oh
Diaries.
man.
Seiko, Dandadan. Senshi, Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh, I think I know
Turbo
who's going to
Green.
win this one. I think I know
Dandadan.
who's going to win this
We've
one.
seen so many
I
great
think I know
nominee
who's
mentions
going
so
to
far,
win this
and we have
one.
more coming your way. Remember, you get to help decide the winners. Make sure to vote and share your picks on social every day until April 14th. Next up, the category that celebrates the characters who are the story. Best main character. Whether they're saving the world, breaking the rules, or just trying to figure life out, it's their journey that keeps us hooked. Here are the nominees.
All right. Who we got?
Best main character.
Surely Mao Mao's got to be
Frieren.
there. And Frieren.
Frieren
All right.
Beyond Journey's End. Kafka Hibino.
Oh.
Kaiju number 8.
Okay, okay.
Okarun. Dandadan.
Some Uji-san representation.
Mao, The
We got some.
Apothecary Diaries.
We got some 30-year-old representation in best main
Dandadan.
character.
Songjinu. Solo leveling.
Oh, I can already hear the debate starting for that category.
Now let's take a look at the individuals who shape every moment we love with their unique vision. Here are the nominees for Best Director.
Okay.
Best
Let's see
Director.
what we got for best director.
Fuga Yamashiro. Dandadan.
I mean, Dandadan was
Haruo Sotozaki.
Dandadan was
Kimetsu no
an
Yaiba,
absolutely
Ashira Traitor.
amazing
Keiichiro Saito.
adaptation for what we got so far.
Frieren. Beyond
Oh,
Journey's
so is Frieren as well, man.
Megumi Ishitani, One Piece fan
Oh,
letter.
the goat, the goat
Norihiro
herself.
Naganuma, The Apothecary
Oh
Diaries.
man.
Yoshihiro Miyajima.
Oh,
Delicious
this is so
Dungeon.
hard. This is
Anime
actually
is made
so
by
hard.
so many talented creators, each bringing their heart and soul to every frame,
Oh.
including defining the beloved characters that we can't get enough of. But you don't just cast your characters. They're brought to life with an essence that only anime can capture, with designs that tell stories through every sketch, making them feel real before they even speak. Here are the nominees for Best Character Design.
Best character design.
All right.
Dandadan. Delicious in Dungeon.
Right.
Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba Hashira Training Arc. Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
Oh, this is a difficult year.
Kaiju
This
number
is
8.
definitely a difficult year.
The Apothecary Diaries.
This past
This
year,
is
anime took
definitely
us to incredible places. What
this is
made
definitely
them
going to be
so
a hard year
immersive?
to pick.
Beyond story and action, it was
Oh.
the breathtaking environments. Next, we're presenting a new category. Here are the nominees for Best Background Art.
Best background art?
Best background art.
I'm going to have to go back into the
Delicious in Dungeon.
memory bank.
Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Crap.
Hashira Training.
Sometimes I don't
Frieren,
notice background
Beyond
art unless I'm
Journey's End.
specifically looking for it.
Pluto. The Apothecary
Pluto?
Diaries.
Oh yeah, I guess it
There have
does
been some
count as
incredible
well.
nominees so far, and you get to help choose the winner along with millions of other fans.
I guess
And
Pluto
you're gonna
does
want
count
to,
as one of the nominations
especially
as well.
For this next category.
It's a big one. We're talking about best
How many
animation,
how many
of course.
seasons are represented
From
in this one?
characters hit with a subtle breeze to all-out blitz scenes, they
Pluto
keep us
wasn't 5 years
mesmerized
ago?
and in awe. Here
Right?
are the nominees.
Right?
Best animation.
Oh, this one's also going to be
Dun-dun-dun.
stacked.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba Hashira Training Arc.
Where's solo
Frieren,
leveling?
Beyond Journey's End.
Where is solo leveling?
Kaiju
That's
number
got
8.
that must have been nominated, right?
Solo
There it is.
leveling.
There it is. That was the
Now
only
onto
one
a
where I'm like,
category
it's
that
animation,
focuses on
it's
the
action.
simple things.
Definitely
Don't
gonna
let the
solo
chill vibes
leveling's
fool
definitely
you.
going
These
to have
anime turn
a
everyday
nomination.
moments into something extraordinary. Here are the nominees for Best Slice of Life.
Best Slice of Life.
I can't remember all the slice of life that aired last year.
Laid Back Camp, Season 3. Machine. Too Many
Oh, that
Losing
counts as
Heroines.
slice of life?
Mr. Villains.
I wonder if they have a romance category this year?
Dear Friend, Nokotan.
Nokotan.
Sound Euphonia 3. The Dangers in My Heart, Season 2.
Damn, some of this I count as
Just
like
hearing those categories
most,
makes
like
me
a lot
wanna
of these
curl up with a
I
blanket and
thought
relax.
would get
But now,
in the romance
let's swap
category.
that
If there is a
calm for
romance
some
category.
butterflies with our next category. I'm so excited. Here are the nominees for Best Romance.
Oh, it does. Okay, there
Best
we go.
Romance. A Sign of Affection.
Let's go.
Blue Box.
This last year was also
Machine.
stacked for romances
Too many
as well.
losing heroines. Ranma.
I do
One
have a
Half.
favorite for this one.
Scott Pilgrim.
And I really hope it's going to get a nomination. I
The
really...
Dangers in My Heart. Season 2.
Okay. Just
I can't wait to see what fans choose for that category.
don't
And
play
now,
with my heart like
let's
that,
talk about the
Crunchyroll.
anime with absurd moments that have us laughing every time we think
I
of it.
thought
Here,
I was
the
about
nominees
to I thought I was
for
about
Best
to
Comedy.
write for a second if I didn't get a nomination.
Best Comedy. Delicious in Dungeon. Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World, 3. Mashle.
Is
Magic
Nokotan
and
going to get a
Muscles, The
nomination
Divine
for this one?
Visionary
I'm very
Candidate,
curious.
Exam Arc. My Dear Friend,
Ah,
Nokotan.
okay, there we go. There we go.
Ranma, 1/2. Spy Family, Season 2.
Now, of course, you can't have comedy without drama. These are the anime that master in building tension each episode.
And keeping us on the edges of our seats with gripping storylines and characters. Here are the nominees for Best Drama.
Best
Right,
Drama.
let's see what we got.
A Sign of Affection.
Dead Dead Demons, Dead 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 Destruction.
No way!
Beyond
Got
Journey's
a
End.
nomination? That's
Oshinoko,
surprising.
Season 2.
Pluto.
Okay.
The Apothecary Diaries.
Next
Ooh.
up, Best Action,
I'm-
where pure adrenaline meets stunning
There is
storytelling.
one
These shows
show
keep us on the edge with
that
unforgettable
I'm not sure if
high-stakes
it's
moments.
eligible. Maybe
Here
it's not
are the
eligible.
nominees.
I'm not sure
Best
what
Action.
the categories are
Bleach,
or how
1,000-Year Blood War.
nominations work, but there is one show
Dun, dun, dun.
that I'm very surprised has not been
Demon
nominated
Slayer,
anywhere.
Kimetsu no Yaiba Hashira Training Arc. Kaiju number 8. Solo Leveling. Windbreaker.
I think I know what's going to win this one.
There's nothing like an
I think I know what's
insane
gonna win that
showdown
one.
at the end of an episode, followed immediately by an upbeat ending sequence. Whether they get you to unwind, cry, get hyped for what's next, or all of the above. Here are the nominees for Best Ending Sequence.
Best ending sequence.
Okay, what didn't I skip last year?
Antenante. Riria.
What did I
Ranma
not skip last
1/2.
year?
Burning. Hitsuji Bungaku. Oshinoko. Season 2. Kamakura Style. Bochi Borumaru. The Elusive Samurai. Nobody. One Republic.
Oh
Kaiju
yeah,
number
One
8.
Republic did do an ending
Request.
sequence last year.
Krage. Solo Leveling. Taidadan. Zutomayo. Dandadan.
Oh, okay. I'm
Let's
remembering
flip the
some of
script
this.
and talk about the moment that gets
I'm remembering
us
some of
hyped.
this.
The opening sequence, the grand visuals, the anthems you have stuck in your head for weeks. It's the ultimate kickoff for every episode. Here are the nominees for Best Opening Sequence.
Best opening sequence. Abyss. Youngblood. Kaiju number 8. Bling Bang Bang Born. Creepy Nuts. Mashal Magic and Muscles. The Divine Visionary Candidate Exam Arc. Fatal. Gemin. Oshinoko Season 2. Level. Sawano Hiroyuki. New
Ooh,
Zeke.
I mean, this
Tomorrow by
surely has
Together.
got to be a Creepy Nuts
Solo
one, right?
leveling.
This surely,
Otonoke. Creepy Nuts. Dandadan.
surely.
Us. Hiroshi Kitadani. One Piece.
This past year brought us bold new stories, characters, and artistry that left us counting down the days until next season. Here are the nominees for Best New Series.
Best
All right,
new
best
series.
new series.
Dandadan. Delicious in Dungeon.
I mean, these are just the top shows of the year,
Frieren,
anyway.
Beyond Journey's
It
End.
says a lot that a lot of the top shows
Kaiju
last year
number 8.
was just the new shows that
Solo
came out.
Leveling. The Apothecary Diaries.
Like
Last
very,
year had
very
so
much
many
so.
great debuts, but it also had a ton of great returns. These are the shows that kept us coming back season after season, proving they've still got what it takes to stay at the top. Here are the nominees for Best Continuing Series.
Best Continuing Series. Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, The Conflict. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Hashira Training Arc. My
Okay.
Hero Academia, Season 7. One Piece. Oshinoko.
I mean, I'm
Season
happy
2.
that My Hero. You know what?
Spy Family.
I'm probably going to be
Season
alone in
2.
this, but I'm happy that My Hero
For many of
Academia
us, knowing
Season
the
7
story
got
from
at least
manga
one
or light
nomination.
novels or even games is common.
That My Hero Academia Season 7. You know what? I'm with you guys, My Hero Academia fans. It got one nominations. We take those.
Original anime.
We gotta take those.
Best Original Anime.
Buchigiri.
Girls Band Cry.
Jellyfish.
Girls
Can't
Band
Swim
Cry, let's go!
Metallic Rouge.
Ninja Kamui.
Train to the End of the World.
Original anime lets us experience something new together, and anime films take that to the next level with full-blown theatrical events that make every
I'm going to
scene feel
try.
larger than life.
I'm going to try something with the
Film
internet
of
just
the
after
year.
this.
Here
After this
are
VOD's
the
over.
nominees.
Film of the Year.
I mean, if you've watched my
IQ,
top anime of
the
the year,
dumpster
you
fire.
should.
Look
It
Back.
should be obvious what my film of the year is going to
Mononoke
be.
the movie, The Phantom in the Rain. My Hero Academia, You're Next. Spy Family, Code White. The Colors Within.
Okay, y'all, it's here. Our final category. There's already been some heated discussions on which anime will take this award, but only one can claim the top spot.
I mean, I think
Here are the
anime of the
nominees
year is
for
going
Anime
to
of the
be
Year.
a lot of shows we've already seen
Anime
before.
of the Year. Dandadan. Delicious in Dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Frieren, Beyond Journey's End.
Yep. I mean, all of
Kaiju
these,
number 8.
almost all of these,
Solo Leveling.
almost all of
The
these,
Apothecary Diaries.
almost all of these ended up on my personal anime
There it is,
favorite
everyone.
anime of the year list.
Congratulations to
for
all of
last
this year's
year.
nominees. It has been such an honor to share the news with everyone tuning in live.
So
Now
a lot
it's your
of
turn to vote for what
a lot
you
of my picks.
Go to theanimeawards.com
It actually ended up
to
on the
vote
list
for
this
your
year.
favorite nominees daily, now through April 14th.
And don't forget to watch the 2025 Crunchyroll Anime Awards live, hosted by John Kabira and Sally Amaki on May 25th this year on the
I'll be there.
Crunchyroll, Twitch, and YouTube
I'll be there as well.
We're so excited. Can't wait to see you all there.
All right.
I'll be there as well, guys. I'll be there as well. All right. Damn. One big change I definitely noticed. So they replaced the isekai genre. They replaced best fantasy with best isekai. And I was waiting for the best fantasy category, and I'm like, this is the one year where like pure fantasy itself was absolutely so stacked with Frieren and shows like Frieren and Delicious in Dungeon, where I was like, okay, maybe this year we will see Demon Slayer get taken down. and then they changed it to best isekai, but it's okay. It's okay because this year at least Frieren and Delicious in Dungeon already got so many nominations between both of them. So that was all of the nominations for this year's Anime Awards. Honestly, I'm going to assume that you can't vote on series that have already finished, right? You can't nominate a series that hasn't finished yet. Because I'm given the benefit of the doubt, because I am very, very surprised that Orb was not nominated in a single category. And I'm going to assume that because when nominations were happening, it wasn't half a core. It wasn't split up into like half a core. It was like one long 25 episode series. So by that point, it wouldn't have been finished yet. It would have been around halfway through. ReZero wasn't either. Yeah, neither was ReZero. It just took a break. Was Blue Box also split into two cores? No, it wasn't. Blue Box was Blue Box nominated? Okay then I do not know. Because if Orb was eligible and not nominated for a single category, god damn, that is very, very surprising. And on a personal sense, that is disappointing for me, for one of my favorite anime to come out in a very, very long time. I will have to see if it gets nominated in next year's award, because in terms of like best drama, best side characters, best main characters, best writing, so many aspects of that show is some of the best that we have seen. Different side, bro, yeah, but so was Apothecary Diaries, but that's still on there, you know. Apothecary Diaries got so many nominations on there. Let me check something quickly as well. Just let me just do a quick check. Okay, so that's not an issue. We believe in flat Earth. Maybe the real explanation is the Earth just has a lot of geocentrists right now, you know? Okay. Oh, this is going to be hard though. This is going to be very, very, very hard to pick. Okay. So this year was absolutely stacked. One thing I'm actually happy about is a lot of the anime that normally when we see the nominations for the anime awards, normally it is absolutely dominated by shonen, action, shonen, action. This year we actually got a pretty good spread of every single genre, and every single, every single genre in every single category. And I thought this was a lot more of a balanced year in terms of the different anime that came out than previous years. And I feel that actually, represents last year, more shows got popular than just your stereotypical shonen or action shows. So that was a very refreshing thing to see. Another thing that was surprising, again, I'm not sure if they just wasn't eligible, because Jujutsu Kaisen, the Shibuya arc, wasn't nominated last year, and I thought it was definitely going to be nominated this year, because last year the first arc of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 got nominated. So the one thing I definitely would have nominated Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya arc over anything was Best Animation and Best Action. So for once I was like, damn, where is my Jujutsu Kaisen nomination? What's going on there? All right, so let us go through the voting of this year. Hold on a second. So right now, I'm not sure if my setup. So if in case the stream lags, or in case the stream, I don't know what's going on your end, guys, but on my end, this is wired internet right now. But it's got a weird. I had to do a weird wiring thing with my new PC, so that's something I'm going to have a look into. So apologies if the stream stutters or lags. Luckily, I haven't disconnected or anything. So we are going to be going through all of the categories, and we're going to go in reverse order this year. So starting with Best Ending Sequence. I make this larger. Let's make this a little bit larger. All right. My fellow anime fans, I am not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't remember a lot of endings. I don't. It's just the one question, the one ending I do remember, and the only ending I do remember out of all of these. Oh no, I remember a few actually. Okay, I remember 3 of these endings. I remember Dan Da Dan, because that was Zutomayo, and I'm a big Zutomayo fan. I remember Nobody, because I was like, damn, this sounds like this song came straight out of the mid-2010s. And was it One Republic that did the ending for this? Or did they do the opening? No, yes, this was the One Republic song, and I was like, this is so weird to hear in the modern day. This is the opening Youngblood, yeah. This is the opening was Youngblood. Yeah, I was like, this is so weird to hear in the modern day. I'm not used to this vibe at all. And out of all of these, the one that stuck in my mind the most was definitely Burning from Oshinoko. It wasn't as strong, in my opinion, as the first season ending. I mean, the first season ending, that got memed, that got mega popular. But still, and I think this about the opening as well, where I prefer both the opening and ending of the first season of Oshinoko, but the second opening and second ending was also actually pretty damn strong. So I'm gonna I logged in. Oh, here we go. Vote. Okay. Just put my email in there for a second. All right, let me put my Crunchyroll account. All right, we are going for Oshinoko season 2. Again, I'm not too passionate about endings, so we're not going to spend too much time on this. But definitely, Oshinoko season 2 was the one that stood out the most for me. All right. Is this it? Is this going in order? How does this work? I wonder. Actually, yeah, let's start off. Huh. All right. Best voice acting performance Japanese. Now, the biggest surprise about this was I can't believe that Brave Bang Bravern got one single nomination in this entire thing. I was so surprised. I didn't think that anyone watched Brave Bang Bravern. Aside from myself and Mother's Basement. But this one's so difficult. This one is so difficult because so many of these people did an amazing job, and I see a lot of our Yuki fans right in chat. To me, this is between 3, and I know it doesn't narrow it down, but this is actually between 3, and actually, Frieren is not one of them. Obviously, Frieren did an amazing job with the voice acting, but certainly Frieren as a character, you don't see too much emotional range with Friren's character. And for the emotions that she does show, for the emotions that she does show in Frieren, does an absolutely fantastic job. Couldn't get colder by telling someone to gamer themselves. One of the most iconic lines that came out last year. But in terms of the characters that really stood out to me last year, in terms of voice acting, obviously Mao Mao did great. Mao Mao, amazing. Just an amazing performance, amazing character throughout. Momo as well from Dandadan. Amazing as well. But I thought Masil's character was the perfect girl failure. She just embodied the emotional range, and she brought so much comedy and so much life to the antics of the Delicious and Dungeon crew. It's fucking hard because I'm going on voice acting performance and not my favorite character. And I think on that end, oh, fuck. I was like, I'm setting myself up. I am setting myself up, and I'm like, I can't pick. This is hard. This is so hard. Oh man, I'm trying to think of which one is the one that stood out for me the most. I don't know. For me, Apothecary Diaries with another VA wouldn't be that fun. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I watched the Thai dub of Apothecary Diaries, and I thought the Thai dub was also fantastic. My heart is actually saying Marcel from Delicious and Dungeon. I think out of every one of these, she was the one that I feel did such an amazing job, but it's like so close. So close. This is a hard one to choose. But out of all of these, yes, I think Martial got to shine a lot because it wasn't just Delicious in Dungeon really surprised me because it wasn't just a wacky, comfy comedy. There was some serious moments in this where the characters had to go through some serious ramifications. And I thought this season of Delicious in Dungeon, Martial got to show such amazing range with such amazing performance. I don't think she's going to win, but I am going to go for her performance. Okay, we already voted for that one. Best voice acting performance in English. I'm gonna skip this one. I'll be honest, some of my mates are on here. And very much respect their work. I'm gonna be honest, didn't actually watch any dubs last year. And I don't feel comfortable voting for someone, even if I know them personally, even if I'm very close with them. I don't feel comfortable voting for any category where I haven't seen anything. So I'm trying to be as fair as possible here. Wakey. Okay. We go this way? All right, let's go this way. All right. Best opening sequence is Dan Da Dan. It's Dan Da Dan, guys. It is Dan Da Dan. There were some fantastic opening sequences this year. Obviously, Creepy Nuts got two mega hits nominations this year and two mega hits that got spread everywhere. But Dan Da Dan is one of those rare moments where I think this is actually it's not maybe I'm just a normie. I was starting a point and then I realized that last year I voted for Oshinoko. So maybe I'm not a special snowflake and maybe maybe I don't have such a hot take, but I do think that Otanoke is a banger song. I prefer this song from Bling Bang Bang Born. And not only that, it's the opening sequence along with the song itself. The animation, the vibes, man. The vibes are just immaculate. The vibes. And you know what? The only thing that could have competed with this, for whatever reason, the only thing that would have made me turn my head and think, I gotta really think about this, is if I just heard na na demo na 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 na. Okay, that is the only opening that came out last year that can compete with the vibes. All right, that's it. That is the only fighter strong enough to compete with the vibes if it was nominated this year. Kaiju number 8 is tops. Nah, Kaiju number 8 I don't think is as strong as this opening. Oshinoko, I did very much enjoy this opening as well. Oshinoko was a series where I thought the first season's opening was so damn good, nothing could ever compete with it. But this year, the second opening, I don't know what your guys' reaction to the second opening was, but initially I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then I listened to it every episode and I'm like, all right, it's growing on me. It's growing. I actually kind of vibe with this. I really like it. I really like it. And I was actually one of the openings that I never skipped, which says a lot. Which says a lot for me. I never skipped that opening when I thought after I first heard it that it was probably going to be a skipper. But if Orb isn't nominated this year, please, judges, put it on next year's, please. If Nanda Demo doesn't, if I don't hear that, if the world doesn't know the true magic of that song and doesn't get nominated for best opening, then I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry, man. Orb cope. I just realized half this stream is probably going to be me crying about Orb. All right, best score. Now, I can see the nominations, and I can see that this is an absolutely stacked stacked category. I just want to put a quick word for my close friend, Kevin Penkin, who I think did such a fantastic job on Spice and Wolf this year. Spice and Wolf, he's my mate, but also listening to his work, I think that he put so much work into Spice and Wolf, and some of the tracks on there are absolutely magical. And I think the only you that he didn't get a nomination is just because this year is so stacked. But Kevin, you get a nomination in my heart, man. You get a nomination in my heart, man. Don't worry. If this was the Gigak Awards, you'd be here. You'd be here, man. Having said that, God, this is hard. So many goddamn goats here, man. Okay, to me, this is down to three main things. To me, like, for example, solo leveling did its job perfectly. It got you absolutely hyped. In my opinion, it didn't stand out enough compared to some of these other, compared to some of Sawano's previous works. And some of these I think will become absolutely iconic in terms of soundtracks. Look Back, I think I was very surprised with this because I thought I was the only one who really, really appreciated the music in Look Back. And if they're like, when I did my best of year anime review for 2024, I got a lot of comments. I got a lot of comments telling me that, how are you doing, YouTube? How are you doing? YouTube's still here. YouTube's still up and about. I don't know why this is happening. There's some weird fuckery with YouTube, with Twitch right now. It's so weird because I'm still connected to the internet. I'm wondering if it's a glitch or something. Okay, we're back. I've never had this problem before in Thailand. So it might be to do with something, but we're back. No worries about this. Okay, so. Oh, F4 will fix. Thank you very much, man. All right. So, what I was saying before is that let me change this. This the issue? Is it my computer? Is it not the internet? Is it my computer? Okay, let's try that. Twitch is weird, man. Twitch is so weird. like YouTube. Let's just hang out. Let's just hang out, YouTube. Let's just hang out. Say what you want about. Say you want what you want about Twitch streams right now, because Twitch is muted for some reason. Twitch is all muted, so we're just hang out here on YouTube. We're just hang out here on YouTube, guys. Hey YouTubers. Hey YouTube. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing, YouTube? We're gonna wait for Twitch to fix itself for a second. Classic Twitch. Am I right, guys? Classic Twitch. Look, this is your chance, guys. This is your chance for to say what you want to me, because Twitch can't hear anything. Am I right? Am I right, guys? Am I right? Oh man. All right, let's what did I do last time? Back to it. What I was saying before we did all that fuckery. So, there are 3 soundtracks here that really stood out to me. I was saying before that I got a lot of comments from Look Back, from my video with Look Back in it, where people were like, oh man, oh man, you're getting me emotional. Oh man, I shed a tear during this segment. And I'm gonna be honest, this is cheating. It's cheating because it wasn't my fault. It was the absolutely amazing soundtrack from Look Back that just gave it that extra little push. And it's a lot more subtle than some of these other ones. But I still think it was an absolutely fantastic soundtrack. Bleach, unfortunately, I haven't seen the latest season 3 that aired last year. Demon Slayer was just more Demon Slayer. Dan. Kensuke Ushio is always the absolute GOAT in everything that he touches. And I think that his work with Dan was absolutely no different. It got Kensuke Ushio and Dan is just the perfect combination. Kensuke Ushio and Dan was just the perfect combination. No pin link to vote. Is it not up there anymore? Am I lagging, guys? Am I lagging? Is there still issues? No. Okay. If this continues, I think I might go sort out. Okay, if this happens, if it happens a lot more, I am actually going to reschedule this stream, because I want to do the stream right. So if it happens again, I am going to try and doing this maybe tomorrow. But we will see. Like I said, I think Kensuke Ushio and Dan is just the dream team. The weirdness of Dan and Kensuke Ushio's kind of like discography is like the perfect match, and I think it was perfectly represented in Dan because Kensuke Ushio can do everything, I swear to God. Like I said, solo leveling wasn't too, from my end, didn't hit me as much as some of Hiroyuki Sawano's previous work, and I think there are stronger contenders for this particular category. I think it's hard to argue that Frieren's soundtrack just hit perfectly, though. I think this is such an absolutely stacked category. But when we think OST, I think this OST just defined this year's OST categories, man. Like, holy crap. It gave us the sense of nostalgia of watching Lord of the Rings for the first time. And I think that out of all of the shows that aired last year, Free Ren soundtrack is going to be a soundtrack that a lot of us remember. And I think Evan Cole hit it out of the park. I think I've been a big fan of Evan Cole's work before, and I think he just hit it out of the park for this one. You get so many of the emotional points in Free Ren, I think, is just because of how amazing of a job Evan Cole did. And he just got the vibe down perfectly. I think even though Dan Da Dan and Look Back have such stellar fucking tracks in them, in this one case, I just think Evan Cole hit it out the park with Free Ren. And I think Free Ren's going to win this one as well. All right. Best anime song. Okay, so this isn't opening. This is best anime song. Pure song. And as we all know, I am the beeps and boops guys. I know my beeps and boops. Like, I know my beeps and boops. I have very strong opinions on this. And the best beeps and boops is still Otonoke. I just don't ask me music questions, man. I don't have many opinions, all right? I'm a normie, okay? I admit it. I have normal opinions. I sometimes go with the popular opinions, okay? This is it. I love this song. This is a great song and it got popular, okay? You know what, guys? I was listening to these bands before they got popular. Now you guys are all catching up with music tastes, but I was listening to them when I moved to Japan, okay? It's not just me going with the popular opinion. I've liked them for a very, very long time, okay, guys? Okay, let's move on. Alright. Apologies for crashing out. Must protect at all cost character. Okay, here's an interesting one. Right. Well, Anya has historically been the gladiator of this, man. She has dominated this category, mostly because a lot of the competitions, she has a good mix of just the perfect marketability, and she's a kid, and we all have it in us. Most of us, I'm sure that most of us have it in our blood to protect the children. Right, guys? Right. We're all trying to protect the children, right, guys? We all protect. We definitely don't want to punch babies on airplanes when they're crying or anything like that. Oh shit, this is a sponsored stream. I forget I said that. Because I definitely, I'm just saying for the record, I definitely, have never thought that ever. Editor, maybe don't include that one. But let's see what the competition is that can see that, let's see if anyone can defeat Anya this year, because against her we have Free Ren, which, does she need protecting? Was the whole exam arc, was that not actually, we need protection from Free Ren. That exam arc was everyone running a fucking mile away from Free Ren herself, man. She does not need protecting. What she needs is a decent sleep schedule and a maid and a cook. You know what? Free Ren, This is not Frieren the Slayer. This is Frieren the Privileged, because she has all of her students taking care of her. Man, she does not need protecting. She needs to learn. Frieren, you know what Frieren is? Frieren is literally that one college roommate you met that one time that just never knew how to clean or cook or take care of themselves. And I'm like, bro, how old are you right now? How old are you and you can still not take care of yourself? This is me with Frieren right now. Okarun, all right, he's a very, very, Okarun is a very, very adorable boy. He's just someone who's clearly just very nerdy and very passionate about the things that he likes. And the only thing that needs protecting are apparently his goddamn balls. That is the entire plot of Dandadan. But I don't think he needs protecting as much as Anya Forger. Senshi, again, does Senshi need protecting? Does Senshi need protecting? Was he not? Senshi is the one protecting everyone. He... Yes? Yes? Senshi is the one protecting everyone else. What the fuck? He doesn't need protecting. He is the one protecting. He is the one that is keeping everyone alive. If it's not for Senshi, the fucking... The KDA of all the monsters that... The amount of times the group would have died without Senshi, man. All I'm saying is, Senshi is the perfect house husband. He will do it all. He's got everything. He, if this was perfect partner material, perfect husband/wife material, Senshi is like S tier, man. Senshi, absolute S tier. In terms of the protecting that that he did in the show, I feel like Senshi did most of the protecting and most of the solo carrying in that show. In terms of needing protecting, well, Tokiyuki, the entire point of Tokiyuki was to protect him, This show was literally Mr. President, get down. The entire show. That was the entire show of this. But I don't think he needs as much protecting because motherfucker can run. Motherfucker can run like nobody's business. He has one master, and his master is Joseph Joestar. But instead of just taking his master's lesson, he perfected it. He went to a different level. He took it to a different level. It's the Joestar secret technique that he took to a level beyond any Joestar had ever done before. And lastly, my actual vote is probably going to be Yuki. Absolutely goddamn adorable. If you don't know, Yuki, Sign of Affection is a romance show that not a lot of people watched, but Yuki was absolutely adorable, and she's deaf, so a lot of the romance focused around her and a guy who was helping her to deal with her disability, and it was fucking wholesome as hell. Adorable. And I think this year, she deserves it. This year, I'm not going to lie, I want to see someone other than Anya win this, because she has dominated for too long. A silent voice, yeah, essentially very similar to a silent voice, but with a little bit more romance in it. But let's be honest, Anya's probably going to win this one. Anya's still going to win this one. Next up, Best Supporting Character. And really, Really, guys, really, can we argue with the GOAT? Can we argue with, you know, every other category has been hella difficult to pick. Hella difficult to pick. But, I mean, it's right in the name, guys. It is right in the name. He is him. He is him. Was there another character last year that actually affected not just the world of the anime, but real life as well, you know? But he is dead. He is dead of old age. He died how any of us would have wanted to go, all right? He didn't just affect the world of Frieren. It went so far that children literally started doing stuff because it's what Himmel the hero would have done. There was a case of a guy who literally stopped an active crime. I believe it was a stabbing or maybe something else. Literally stopped an active crime and quoted Himmel as the reason that he stood up, because it's what Himmel the hero would have done. And voting for Himmel is something that Himmel the hero probably wouldn't have done, because he seems like a chill dude who probably wouldn't vote for himself. Or would he? Because he knows he is him. And the only thing he did not win was Frieren's heart. But you know, that's a small L. That's a small L. You know, that's a very small L, you know. You know, at least he was faithful, you know. At least he was faithful. Himmel takes this one. I would go for the rest of them, but it is Himmel for this one. There ain't no one else who has the sheer aura that Himmel does and has the sheer effect. Oh. Okay. Let's break this down, guys. Let's break this down. Let us break this down. Because this is a stacked category. I mean, what can you say? What can you say, guys? First off, we got Kafka Hibino. Now, as a fellow 30-year-old, I am always cheering for my fellow 30-year-olds. We need some more. I'm not going to say Oji-san. I'm going to say mature character representation in anime. That's, oh fuck, I was looking for the right word and I think I found it. It's not Unk, it's not Oj. It's not Unk, it's not Oj. It is mature, guys. It is mature. We need more mature character representations in anime, and I am all for this, man. Oh, thank you very much, Fob, for the raid. Hello, Raiders. Hello, Fob Raiders. We are currently going through this year's nominations of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And we are voting currently on Best Main Character. And right now, I'm just talking about how I'm happy to have more mature characters represented as a main character. But, of course, we have the Ice Queen herself, Frieren, who absolutely dominated. Absolutely dominated last year. Last year in basically popularity and critical acclaim and everything. And I think seeing Frieren, a lot of people were like, damn, a main well-written female protagonist. We haven't seen this in such a long time. But I think Frieren's character, even though she's meant to be a lot more cold, a a lot more reserved, was such a standout character. And seeing her journey of just realizing, I think what makes Frieren stand out is even though she's kind of based on the Kudere archetype, her backstory and just the being that she is makes perfect sense for why Frieren is the way she is. I said in my video of Frieren that it's not that she doesn't have any emotions, it's that she is just emotionally distant. And that's it. It's such a subtle change. It's such a subtle twist, but it's what needed to happen for the evolution of the Kudere character. And Okarun and Momo, I think it's hard to separate them because I love both of them together. I think Dandadan is an example of when one side completes the other side. Without both sides of the coin, I believe you'd feel like something is missing. But both of them together just work so well as a pair of protagonists. Both are opposites, but similar in the places that are most important. And I think it's great. I think seeing a slight romance twist in a very, very popular shonen adaptation, and seeing it executed really well was something that was like such a breath of fresh air. And both of their characters and both of their backstories are really, really interesting, and they are just very, very well done. And then, of course, we get to Mao Mao, which I will say that if everyone was talking about Frieren initially when it came to refreshing female characters and something that we hadn't seen for a long time, we got absolutely spoiled. Because I think, female, male, whatever, Mao Mao is one of the best written main characters in general to come out in such a long time. Mao Mao, with, Frieren, I think there are so many amazing aspects to that show. There's so many emotional journeys, and the supporting cast is absolutely incredible as well and brings so much to the table, as we've just talked about, people like Himmel, Fern as well. But goddamn, does Mao Mao carry Apothecary Diaries? And I don't say this in a way to diminish the other characters in Apothecary Diaries. It is just that Mao Mao is just that powerful by herself. Mao Mao is sassy. She feels realistic. She is well written. She has depth, and she's just charming. And she has her own aura as well. Without Frieren, there'd be so much about that show and so much about that world that would still be interesting. Apothecary Diaries is Mao Mao. It is her. It is seeing her navigate this world and this drama, and she grabs your attention and she never ever lets go. And that is why I must give it to the absolute aura farmer. Do you know what Mao Mao doesn't have? The Giga Chad aura, the drip. Mao Mao may be well written and all that. Mao Mao may have so many interesting parts of her character, but can she solo an entire army by herself? No. Can she resurrect a whole army of shadows to take on and solo an entire world by herself? Is Mao Mao an S-tier hunter in disguise? Does she have the modern drip? No, guys. No. So that's... All right, I can continue. Of course, yeah, Mao Mao gets my vote. Oh, man. Oh, all right. Mao Mao gets my vote for this one. Mao Mao gets my vote. I love Mao Mao. I love Mao Mao. I just we do a little bit of trolling here and there. We do a little bit of trolling here and there. Right. Next up, best slice of life. So this one is also a difficult one. Mostly because a lot of these nominations right now, I think, stand out more in other categories, right? Like, for example, Dangers in My Heart and Too Many Losing Heroines has slice of life aspects to them, but I think their strongest aspect is most definitely romance. No-Katan, I see more as a romance show. Sound Euphonium, I see more as a drama, than I do, like, specifically a slice of life. Did I say No-Katan romance? Oh, I meant comedy. Fuck. Sorry. I see No-Katan more as a comedy show than anything. So to me, I mean, it's got to be Yuri Camp for like pure comfy slice of life. It's to me, this category is kind of just, if we're talking pure slice of life representation, this is it. It doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get comfier than this. It doesn't get more vibey than this. And I think if there were other nominations that were also pure slice of life, I might need to think a bit more. But in this particular case, it's just got to be Eurocamp. Which takes us to best drama. What was I saying about Sound Euphonium? All right. I'm very, very happy that Pluto got a representation. Got some representation in here. Pluto was, I think both Pluto and Dead Demon's Destruction, absolutely fantastic, and both ended up on my favorite anime of those years when they came out. Frieren, of course, as well. I've talked about this quite a lot, but I wanted to give a quick shout out to Oshinoko Season 2. I actually, opening and ending aside, prefer Oshinoko Season 2 over Season 1. I thought some of the character writing and character moments in this was amazing. It was the theater arc, and there were some moments in there that I think was just absolutely cinema. Absolute cinema. I loved what they did with Akane and Kana's character, because it almost was like the spotlight was taken off Aqua for a bit, and here's where we saw Akane and Kana's character arc really, really shine. And from a drama's perspective, I thought that this was far superior than the drama that we got in Season 1. I really, really enjoyed Season 2 of Oshinoko, and I think it's very underrated, actually, because people were going off the hype of Season 1, and the manga ended while Season 2 was airing, and I think that affected people's opinion of Oshinoko Season 2. But as an anime watcher, I thought it was fantastic. I thought Season 2 was fantastic. Giga, do you know who Pluto is? Yes, I know it is Naoki Urasawa who wrote it. So I know. Frieren, obviously, fantastic drama, had me the most emotional of everything. But best drama. There are a few shows, few anime that can keep my mum's attention, that can actually get her glued to the screen. And Apothecary Diaries is just that. Apothecary Diaries, my mum marathoned in like a single day, just because the drama was just so addicting. Mao Mao was just so powerful, and my mum just needed to know what happens next. And you know what? It was very eye-opening for me to see what Apothecary Diary is like from the eyes of someone who doesn't always watch anime, from someone who's not as into the whole anime, into the whole medium of anime as I am. And I very, very much enjoyed Apothecary Diaries, and seeing other people just get drawn into it made me realize the power of Apothecary Diaries and just how fantastic this show is, not just for anime watchers, but just for people who like well-written characters and well-written dramas. So I think it's got to be Apothecary Diaries. I think it is. But not drama? I mean, I don't know what you think Apothecary Diaries is. It is definitely a drama. It is most definitely a drama. Now is our time. Now is our time to rise up, my isekai trashmen. Now is our time for our representation. You know what? For many years, for all these years, we needed to play second fiddle of being part of the fantasy category. But now we have our own category, guys. We have won. We are so back with Isekai, man. We are so back. This is our year. This is our year. And looking at these nominations, what can you say about Best Isekai? You know, because I think that not just for fantasy, we got absolutely spoiled for Isekai shows this year. This selection is really, really good. Some of the most decorated Isekai coming out in the previous year. And we have got a very, very hard category to pick. All right, starting with Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World 3. Now, with Konosuba, it is always just consistent with me, and I think that season 3 is actually one of my favorites. I think I'm not sure if I prefer this from season 1, but Konosuba has just become like a comfort show for me, where I know exactly what to expect. And I think the comedy in this season 2, I thought it was getting a little bit repetitive at points, but I thought by season 3, you know what the characters are, and it really, really does feel like you are just watching a sitcom, where you watch these characters be put in different situations, and you kind of know you kind of know the characters enough to know how they are going to react and what their role in the situation is. But what it made me realize is just the chemistry between the characters. We know how they're going to act, but it's just off the charts. It's just consistently very, very entertaining. And the chemistry between the cast members just continues to get better as more seasons go on. I'm not going to go in order. That time I got reincarnated as a slime season 3. I am a huge slime fan. I very, very much enjoyed season 1 of Slime. Season 2, I more so read the manga. Season 3, watching it was not the strongest execution. I personally thought there were a lot of meetings and there wasn't enough done to make it, as compelling as to to make it as compelling as some of these other nominations. I still really very much enjoyed Slime, but for me, this season of Slime, I kind of felt like I just wanted to read the manga more. But still, a very, very decent show, and I think in future seasons, it's going to get back up with that hype, because I having read ahead in the manga and having basically caught up to in the manga, Slime is also just a very, very solid show that I always know when I'm going to get. Shangri-La Frontier has actually been the huge underdog. I actually completely forgot about this. in the Isekai category. But, it's video game, VR, Isekai. If Sword Art Online is an Isekai, this is an Isekai, right, guys? This is definitely this is his own Isekai. But Shangri-La Frontier has been, to me, the fucking ultimate gamer anime. This anime, I feel, if you just want to... I feel like a lot of the things that Shangri-La Frontier does so well is what we expected Sword Art Online to do. Just because it hits on how to build up a stakes in a video game without actually needing to add some kind of like life or death situation in it. What I loved about it is how having the main character go for this achievement that has never been achieved in a video game before, gets you invested enough. In fact, it might get you invested more in what these characters are doing, even compared to something like Sword Art Online. Gamer mode isn't Isekai theme. So it hits on that part of my brain that watches a summoning salt video or something like that, like a speedrun video where you're watching this person trying to achieve something in this video game, and you're just seeing someone being a sweaty gamer, and that's it. That is Shangri-La Frontier, and that is what it does really, really well. It's a great action show. It's just super, super fun, and I definitely think that it deserves a nomination. But I think this category was always going to be between the two heavy hitters, Mushoku Tensei and Re:Zero. I need to take a drink of water. Mushoku Tensei and Re:Zero, which to me are not just the best isekai of last year. These are the two heavyweights that I think are just the best, my top two isekai of all time. Yeah, that's these are just my top two isekai of all time, and they both ended up airing within a single year. Both of these have their own selling points. It's really, really hard because before, all right, I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys a change in opinion, right? Because before, I was the Mushoku Tensei simp. I was the biggest Mushoku Tensei defender. And I still think it's an absolutely amazing isekai. And there were parts of Re:Zero that I just didn't vibe with. And part of that was Natsuki Subaru's character, where I didn't fully, like, I'll come out and say it. I didn't fully understand Natsuki Subaru, or not understand. I didn't fully connect. That's the right word. I didn't fully connect with Natsuki Subaru as a character. And there was a big turning point, actually. And it was meeting the author of Re:Zero himself. Meeting the author of ReZero, I've said this story before, and meeting the author of ReZero himself, and just seeing his unbridled energy and enthusiasm. It wasn't like I met the author, therefore my opinion of ReZero must change because now I've met the author. Meeting the author and just feeling his energy. I will never be able to put into words what his energy is. Feeling his energy, feeling his unbridled enthusiasm, and just the fact that his energy was so infectious. It like made me feel better. If he had aura, yes, that's kind of what I'm saying. He definitely had aura because I felt his aura. It's the first time I've experienced anything like this where I felt the kind of person this author was. And just by meeting him, feeling his aura, feeling his energy, I was like, I get it. I get Subaru. I get Natsuki Subaru. I get what he's trying to say with the character. I understand why he's written the way he is and why he has the character arc that he does. Just seeing the amount that Subaru goes through and the character that he ends up in season 3 and the character development that he gets in season 2, it just added that extra little piece for me to like fully see the picture. And it made me appreciate Subaru way more as a character, because while I think, to me, Mushoku Tensei and ReZero is the tale of two protagonists. While I think, in my opinion, Rudy is, to me, my opinion, a more interesting character, just because he is just so sometimes uncomfortably realistic. And seeing his character development and seeing his character progress, development is a strong word, seeing his progress up and down as a person, as a viewer is very, very interesting. But Subaru is the character you want to cheer for. Subaru is the character that you respect for no matter what happens to him, no matter how many bad things happen, he stands up and he fights and he finds a way to sort himself out. And so it very much comes down to, do I want to pick a character I want to cheer for, or do I want to pick a character that, from a story perspective, I find incredibly interesting? And that's the big thing that I have been debating over in this last year, about which one is my favorite isekai. In this particular instance, in this particular season, I actually think it's ReZero. I think ReZero tops it for both of these seasons. And the biggest reason for that is, I think, for singular best episodes, Mushoku Tensei has the singular best episode that aired between these two, because the Father's Day episode, absolutely fantastic. And the reason ReZero gets this one is, I think that seeing Subaru's development, seeing Subaru's journey as a knight, not just as some random person that got transported to another world, you can see a lot of the payoff of Subaru's character that has been building up from season 1 and season 2. And Subaru, even though this wasn't the action-packed season, Subaru really fucking steps up this season. And seeing his, without spoiling, seeing his moments in the latter half of season 3 was a fucking magical experience. And I really, really enjoyed that. On the opposite end, Mushoku Tensei, in terms of execution, I think, in terms of purely executions, had some things with the final 2 episodes, had some executions that just left a little bit of a bitter aftertaste in my mouth. And it hasn't changed the way I viewed the entire series, but in terms of pure execution, it left a little bit of an aftertaste in my mouth, and I was just like, ooh, okay. For the first time, I wasn't really happy with that. Maybe it needed a few more episodes to really flesh out these major character moments that you guys are presenting me with, to the point where I'm like, ugh, I really enjoyed it, but that I wasn't sure. That I didn't really enjoy the execution of that too much. So that is why for this year, ReZero gets the dub from me. That was a very long segment. That was a very long yapping segment, but of course it's the Isekai segment that is the longest bit. Oh man. But yeah, right now, in terms of my favorite Isekai, ReZero and Mushoku Tensei are like neck and neck. I love them both for different reasons, but they are basically neck and neck for me. And you know what? Mushoku Tensei fan, ReZero fans, can we not just... Come on, guys, come on. We have 2 fantastic shows. Guys. Come on. Let's not become shonen anime fans, man. Let's just be happy that we have 2 fantastic shows. Best action. Can I just say that, am I allowed to vote on something because I know it's the best, even though I haven't seen it? Because I know from the clips I've seen, that Bleach is like the best action for this one. It's just, it's out of all of these, I'm like, I'm pretty certain, like I'm 90% certain that even though I haven't seen it, from the clips that I've seen, right, that Bleach would beat out everything else this year. Because Solo Leveling fans, hear me out, Solo Leveling fans. Solo Leveling did not peak in season 1. This did not peak in season 1. To me, Solo Leveling season 1 had one fantastic fight. Remember, guys, it's season 1. Had one fantastic fight, and it was the last one. It was the last fight. I thought everything before then was okay. It was solid, but it only really had one fantastic fight. Same thing with Kimetsu no Yaiba. This was the famous 3 out of 10 IGN scoring. This one to me had a fantastic 10 out of 10 final episode. Everything before that, I was kind of lukewarm about. Kaiju number 8 wasn't, it was a solid show. It was a solid show, but I don't think that is strong enough to really compete with some of the other nominations on here. Windbreaker, amazing animation. Actually didn't have as much fighting as I thought it was going to have. Am I crazy about this? Was like, I was just waiting for them to like fight every single episode, and I'm like, wait, when are we gonna get to the fighting? Half the season was just me waiting for them to get to the fight. I personally was like lukewarm in Windbreaker as well. I don't know if that was the action, but to me, I wasn't invested enough into the action. There was a lot of talking in it. And the only action scene I truly remember in Windbreaker was the one in the first episode. It was like solid for me. I think the only thing that can really compete consistently is Dan Dan Dan, but Dan 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 does so much, other things than just action, right? I actually think Dan Dan Dan's strongest episodes had nothing to do with action. It was a backstory. It was just absolutely fucking amazing cinematography. And it did have some good fights, but I would argue, yeah, you can make a big argument that wasn't even the strongest aspect, because the best Dan 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 episode was just a very well-directed backstory, and that was absolute fucking cinema. Everything about the show is just peak. Aside from ending the season halfway through an episode, it seems like. What I'm really surprised, because I was actually very, very excited to vote for this. What I wanted to vote for was Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya arc. The Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya arc is a celebration of action we have not seen since the likes of season 1 of One Punch Man. That was on a purely action. That was spectacle distilled and given to us every single episode. Every single episode. I don't know when we are going to get another season like Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Where's JJK? Because I believe it was airing during the time, and correct me if I'm wrong, editor, when we get to this segment, but I believe it was airing during the time of the, when you get nominated for this, because I believe last year the first arc of Jujutsu Kaisen was airing. Crap, when was Jujutsu Kaisen airing? Let me fact check this before I get something truly wrong. Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, yeah, it was airing until the start of 2024. So this was basically a season that Pluto was out as well. So very, very, very surprised that Jujutsu Kaisen didn't get nominated this year. This was the one category where I think it definitely deserved a nomination. It was in 2023, yeah, but there are some shows from fall 2023 that have been nominated on here. So Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 Shibuya arc was for 2023, because fall 2023 didn't get any representation from last year's awards. So I really wanted to vote for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Having said that, I haven't seen Bleach. I think this is the best. I think this is probably gonna best, but I can't really judge without having seen it, unfortunately. But Bleach fans, I do actually think that my gut feeling tells me that this one's the best. That this one is the best. But the critic part of me can't in good conscience vote for something I haven't actually seen. So I just got to go with the thing that I thought I've seen that was the best out of everything. Because my opinion might change. Best comedy is between two for this one. Nokotan took over. Nokotan took over the anime community. And then I didn't hear any talk about it afterwards. I heard absolutely no talk about it afterwards. That if this was the Anime Awards first week of spring, I'd be like, yo, yo, the memes. And then everyone stopped talking about it. But if this is the Anime Award for that 1 week, I'm like, god damn. To me, this one is between Delicious in Dungeon and Konosuba. Both have absolutely incredible cast. Both have an ensemble that have fantastic chemistry between both of them. And it really much depends on which one I enjoyed more. And I think the one that just made me laugh more was probably Konosuba. Delicious Dungeon had so many amazing funny moments in it, fantastic moments, but I'd say I would put this more under like entertaining. It was just all round entertaining, right? There were so many aspects with like the world building and the character writing and the kind of like drama that came up midway through the season as well. So there were so many amazing parts in Delicious Dungeon. As best comedy, I got to give it to Konosuba. This was great. I enjoyed season 3 a lot. Just great to see the cast back. Oh, thank God. Best romance. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Best romance in this year. There were many, many strong nominations this year. And I see a lot of fans out there for certain shows. I've already talked about Sign of Affection a bit. Makine, Too Many Losing Heroines, was something that I very much enjoyed. It was a different kind of romance show. I think it was only a matter of time before we got a show like Makine, something that is kind of like self-referential, maybe not self-referential, something that's self-aware. Makine feels like that self-aware romance show, right? Where you have someone writing this who is very, very much clearly knowledgeable about the tropes of the genre, but I think played with them without being overly bearing, without doing something that feels like it's just being meta for the sake of being meta. And I think overall it is a very enjoyable show. We didn't really get to see much romance in this. In fact, I would say that the main character was felt like more like a best friend, and this one felt more like the drama of what it's like to be that losing girl in a romance show. Which takes us to Blue Box and Dangers in My Heart. And gotta be honest, guys, maybe it's too early. I'm kind of warm on Blue Box. I'm only 13 episodes in, but it just hasn't grabbed me. It hasn't really grabbed me right now, man. I haven't really seen anything that has deserved the hype that manga readers have given it. And maybe it's because maybe some things will improve in later seasons. But there's nothing in there that has really shown me that this is why it deserves all the hype that it's gotten. But I will give it the benefit of the doubt, because I think it might be a season 1 thing. Because I will say, everything I said about Blue Box, I think I have said about Dangers in My Heart season 1. And my opinion has vastly changed with Dangers in My Heart season 2. Because Dangers in My Heart season 1, like I said, same with Blue Box, didn't really grab me. Very comfy, very, very sweet. But I think Dangers in My Heart season 2, if you are just looking for comfort romance, if you are looking for wholesome romance, this is the peak. This is it. I don't think it's going to get better than this. This is the type of show that doesn't have much conflict, doesn't have much drama, and normally I'm not a fan of that. If I wasn't watching a peak of its genre. And in terms of comfort romance, this is the peak. I've never seen a show depict such a pure portrayal of love. It is the kind of puppy dog love where we imagine when we say the word soulmate or something like that. It is just two people that help each other to be the best person they can possibly be, and doing it and executing that in the best way possible. And if you watch Dangers in My Heart season 2 and you don't like it, then comfort romance just isn't for you. That's just it. Comfort romance just isn't for you, and normally isn't for me. But this was executed so well that I can't think of anything else that deserves best romance over Dangers in My Heart season 2. Do I think it's going to win? It's probably going to be Blue Box. But I would like it to be the Dangers in My Heart season 2. Damn, I'm yapping a lot. Right. How many categories do we have left? Best background art. Out of everything, I'm trying to remember. The only thing that really stands out is Freeren and Dungeon Meshi. This one's hard because background art is certainly something that doesn't get appreciated enough, which is why I'm very, very happy they have a category just for background art. I think it's got to be Freeren. There's some scenes in Freeren that really stood out to me. In terms of the pure atmosphere of some of the shots, I just remember so many moments, like the fucking flower scene and just seeing them travel towards different places. I'll probably vote Freeren. This isn't as informed a take as other people could probably do, but I'm going to vote Freeren for that. Oh, God. What a stacked category, man. What an absolute stacked category. Okay. I'm going to keep this fair. I'm going to keep this very, very fair. I'm not going to vote for Megami Ishitani. I'm going to keep this fair because Fan Letter was absolutely fucking cinema. And in terms of a short film, the 20 minutes in One Piece Fan Letter was one of the best 20 minutes you could get in the year of 2024 in terms of animation. The direction was absolutely fucking incredible. And I have no complaints about One Piece Fan Letter. Gonna keep it fair. Everyone else directed an entire TV series, and Megami Ishitani directed a short film. So I'm going to keep it fair, even though I understand and she very much deserves the nomination because this was like 120 minutes, and some of these shows had multiple episodes that had some amazing, incredible direction. So that's why I think, even though direction-wise, one of my favorite things to come out last year, I think I'm going to go with a series for this one. So, outside of that, we have to go for best direction. And like I said, every one of these is absolutely fucking stacked. Oh man. Okay. I think out of these, I got to whittle it down to 3. And the Muzan walking scene though. Oh man, why'd you have to bring that up, man? Why'd you have to bring that up? In terms of these ones, whittling it down to 3, I have to go for Dandadan, Free Ren, and Delicious in Dungeon. These 3 have such unique air to them and have some really, really incredible episodes and scenes that are just amazingly directed. I think what really sold me on Delicious in Dungeon, especially, was some of the middle episodes where it presents you with this very comfy cooking show, and then midway through, you see these really, really intense episodes that completely switch up the tone and switch up the stakes and the seriousness. And I think it does it without feeling unnatural at all. Some of my favorite episodes were those middle episodes. And I mean, it's Trigger. It's Trigger. They have their own unique style and have very much built a brand for themselves. And I honestly do think, even though this isn't the team at Trigger that's very much built, if I understand correctly, that's, you know, it's not the Kill team, or the Cyberpunk team, if I understand correctly. But it's still really, really fucking good. And Keiichiro Sato is one of the most exciting modern directors, man. He is one of the most exciting modern directors right now. God damn. His work with Freeran, I think, as a manga fan of Freeran, his work with it just fucking elevated it to a whole new level. Freeran was, I think, always a good show, and is always going to be a fantastic show. But Keiichiro Sato's direction just elevated it into a whole new, different level. And there are some scenes of that I think are going to live on in so many of our minds. I'm trying to think if it's as strong as the work for Dandadan. Because Dandadan, I think, out of all of these, I think the singular best episode that aired last year was episode 7 of Dandadan. Not just episode 7, though, but I think, like Freeran, Dandadan had its own unique aura, had its own unique style. As a manga, Dandadan is one of the most weirdest, the weirdest manga you can get. And they took that energy and they didn't just translate it perfectly, but they expanded it and brought it up to a different level, which is what you'd want from any adaptation. I don't think that Dandadan could have asked for a better studio and a better adaptation to really showcase the weird energy and its own unique style and its own unique energy that Dandadan does have. And it wasn't just Dandadan had one fantastic episode. Dandadan had several fantastic episodes. But so did Freeran. Guys, which one? Which one, guys? Which one? It's so hard. Oh, fuck it. I'll play favorites. It's really a toss up, but I'll give a vote for Keiichiro Saito, just because to me he's one of the most exciting modern anime directors, and everything he seems to touch turns into gold. So, I'm gonna go with him for this one. Best character design. I think for this one, Delicious in Dungeon. Delicious in Dungeon. Every one of these characters in Delicious in Dungeon has such a unique aura, and I think Trigger are just goated in character designs. The only thing that I think really competes is Dandadan, but to me, I gotta go with Delicious in Dungeon for this one. Science Saru and Trigger are both completely fucking goated when it comes to character designs. And to me, these two are the top runners. I am not going to be sad at all if Dandadan wins this one. I think Delicious in Dungeon just has a little bit of that edge of just having such unique characters with like that are not just like human. You have so many different characters of so many different races and so many different backgrounds. And I think Delicious in Dungeon just has more opportunity to flex how great the character designs are. All right. Best animation. I'm gonna go get some. Right. We are getting to the end of it. Best animation. So I'm going to try and go for what was best consistently animated. And there are a few ones here that just consistently had great animation. Again, Delicious in Dungeon. Again, this is going to go down to Delicious in Dungeon, Dandadan, and Frieren. It's three shows that I've talked about a lot. And it's three shows that have cropped up a lot. But all deserving of it. But I think in terms of pure consistently and delivering some absolutely fantastic animation, I think it's Frieren. Frieren had some moments early on where anytime there was an action scene that popped off, they had, you were like, Frieren is not an action show. It does not need this much stellar animation. And yet it popped off. And I think in the second half of Frieren, you really fucking saw how hard they went with the animation in the second half. Stark putting on his jacket. It's not just Stark putting on his jacket. You have like the dance scene as well. It's not all just action scenes. It's just fantastic throughout. Frieren gets best animation. Here we go. I am always excited. Oh shit. Girls Band Cry didn't get nominated for best opening. Oh, I just realized Girls Band Cry didn't get nominated for best opening. No. Oh man. So best original anime. I think that there is a clear winner here. And it is Girls Band Cry. A lot of these other ones. Oh, thank you very much for the Thank you very much for the super chat, Ivan. So I had a lot of hype for Metallic Rouge. Unfortunately, it just didn't deliver what I thought it was going to deliver. Same thing with Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. If this was the first 6 episodes, I think that I would have given the vote to Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. I absolutely loved the first half of this. And I thought that this was going to be one of my anime of the year contenders, if we had just gone from the first half. But the show that got stronger and stronger as it went on, as it continued, was Girls Band Cry. Girls Band Cry was just my surprise of the season. Girls Band Cry was absolutely a surprise for me, and I did not think that it was going to pop off this hard. So I have got to give my vote for Girls Band Cry, not as what you might think, an idol fan. Guys, this is not an idol anime, like I've said many, many times before. This is a band anime, and that is totally different. I am no bias at all. All this is me appreciating a well-written anime with well-written characters, and it's just a very interesting drama that just happens to have girls playing music. That is it. That is all this is. And if you like a well-crafted show, this is it. Okay? Getting up to the end, we have Best New Series. Which to me, my favorite was Frieren out of all of these. This is just anime of the year contenders right here. These are all just anime of the year contenders. Out of all of these, Dan still cooking. Frieren has cooked. So did Delicious in Dungeon, and so did Apothecary Diaries in terms of like my personal favorites. And out of all of these, I mean, I've already done a best of year, end of year anime best of video, and Frieren did the best one of this. Frieren was the best. All right. Best continuing series. Best continuing series is the One Piece Awards. Is very, very much, very normally the One Piece Award. But I don't watch the One Piece anime. I didn't watch the One Piece anime, guys. I don't watch the One Piece anime, so it's not going to be getting my vote. I also haven't seen Bleach, as I've already said. So that also, even though I think from what I've heard, from what everyone is saying, this season of Bleach definitely popped off. So this one's a close one, huh? Pre-recorded video? I wish this was a pre-recorded video. This one's a close one, huh? This one's a close one. And you know what surprised me the most? Do you know what surprised me the most last year? That I came back on the My Hero Academia train. You know, guys, I'm putting the mask back on. My Hero Academia fans, this is our time again. We have been clowned on for too long. I have done some of the clowning. I have definitely done some of the clowning. But you know what? I gotta give respect when respect is due. And My Hero Academia Season 7 absolutely popped off. We are back, baby. We are seeing the culmination of so many characters, so many storylines, and it was a treat to see. And I cannot wait. You know what? My Hero Academia My Hero Academia took All Might Spirits and said, don't worry, guys, I am here. And you know what? It's getting my vote. This is a joke, right? It is not a joke. It is not a joke. 100% serious. Season 7 popped off. I really, really enjoyed Season 7. No we, L-take, look. This is how we're doing it. This is my stream. This is my stream, guys. Film of the year. I mean, Look Back was just so bloody phenomenal. It's Look Back. This wasn't just my favorite anime film. This was, if you've seen my video, my favorite anime of the last year. The amount of emotions, the amount of... It's just so fucking beautiful. The amount of emotions it made me feel, the pure passion project that this was. If you have a single creative bone in your body, then it's got to be Look Back as the winner. There was never really any competition for me. Look Back was my favorite film of last year, and my favorite film for a very, very long time. Absolute cinema, and all I'm hoping for is that we also get a Goodbye Eri adaptation as well. Which brings us to anime of the year. What could it possibly be? The absolute big one. What could it possibly be? I am trying to build up the hype. Build up the anticipation. And I'm failing because this is literally the same as... Yep. Yeah, it is literally the same as Best New Series, which I already voted on. Fuck. I can't even like build up the hype and the secrecy because there is a literal identical category here, man. You guys have already been you guys have already pre-watched anime of the year with this one. Drum roll, everyone. Yes. Free Ren was the best anime of the year. The only reason Free Ren didn't win in my personal best of year anime was because in the year that it was airing in the same year as Vinland Saga Season 2. That was the only thing that even made me think there could be a better anime than Free Ren. So, considering happily, thankfully, this awards is done differently, so Free Ren gets its own year, which means I can very, very much, very thankfully vote for Free Ren as my anime of the year. So Free Ren takes my anime of the year, and I think it's deserved, and I think it's going to win it as well. And so, that was it, guys. That was all of my vote for this year's Crunchyroll Anime Awards, guys. I think this is going to be a I'm actually very, very happy with the nominations for this year's Anime Awards. I don't say this every year. The only thing I really wanted to add would have been Kevin's work on Spice and Wolf in Best OST. But pretty much this lines up with a lot of my personal favorite shows. And, of course, Orb. I'm really, really hoping that it is a technicality. It is more of a technicality than anything else, because if Orb could have been nominated and wasn't, I think that is a massive personal tragedy, because Orb is right up there with Vinland Saga Season 2. That ain't it? No, that's it. I didn't We skipped 22. No, 22 is best English dub voice actor, and I didn't watch any English dubs, so I couldn't vote on that one. Yep, see? So we voted on everything. So, as I've said, thank you very much to Crunchyroll for sponsoring this stream that I do every year. This year, I'm happy to announce that I am going to be a part of the Anime Awards, guys. You can check me out on the Anime Awards in late May. I will be a presenter for the pre-show. And as I've said, voting is open. You can click that link in the pin chat to vote, to cast your vote yourself if you want to get involved. Are you going to stream it? No, I am not going to stream it. There won't be a watch along. I will be there. I will be there. On Oh, no pin chat. Wait, that's weird. All right. If you want to get involved yourself, you can click on that pinned chat and everything should be fine and dandy. If you want to get involved yourself, yeah, that's the pinned chat on both YouTube and Twitch. And like I said, I'm going to be part of the Anime Awards myself. So that's been it from me for today. This was this segment took a lot longer than what I thought it was going to take. Normally it doesn't go on for this long. So normally I would be restarting the stream and going to gaming. What time is it? But I kind of want to check what's going on with the internet and check my okay, Twitch, did it drop at all? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my ending. All right, guys, but that's been it from me for today. I've been Giguk, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Yeah, multiple times. All right. Real shit. I think it was something to do with the multi-stream function. That's the first time I've ever had the issue of multi-streaming. And it was such a weird bug. One of the multi-streams was muted, and the YouTube stream had audio, and I've never had that before. I don't know what was going on Twitch side of things, but it wasn't to do with my internet because I was connected the entire time. So I'm not sure what's going on. Honestly, it might be the Twitch server side of things that got a bit fucky. I'm trying to see, because it might be my setup, because I did just build this PC, so I'm kind of scared if it is my setup in some way, shape, or form. I've had Helium Gun a few times before. What the fuck is Helium Gun? I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about. Was watching another streamer this morning who was also multi-streaming, and he had similar issues on YouTube. Okay. So it was a bunch of things that I had never when you had your mic high pitched, I didn't high pitch my mic. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I did not do that manually. That was something on Twitch side of things. Okay. What time is it? It is. Okay. If that's the case, I'm I am going to end it there for today. I might try streaming tomorrow. I'm going to just quickly check. I'll be honest, it was that was a fucking stressful stream. That was a stressful stream, sorting out whatever issues Twitch was going on while I was dealing with all these connections issues. So I did plan to stream for longer. So I'm going to double check that everything is good, because I want to give you the best viewing experience. So at least we got at least I think the restart fixed a lot of the issue. I think it's just something to do with Twitch's servers right now. So I'm going to end it there for today. And when I come back, I would like to stream Wuthering Waves 2.0. That is the plan. And anything else that I would like to do. So thank you very much for today. I'll be back at a different time. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.